This is the first encyclical I have ever read, and I'm glad I picked a good one. I read it completely, and I am so glad that I did, because it's beautifully written. I mean, there were times in which it brought me to tears because of the power of the words themselves. And I was profoundly moved both by Pope Francis's clarity and by his ability to name our common problems in order to promote the common good. He talked about throwaway culture. That so resonates as we think about not only our environment and all that we dispose of, but the people that we can so readily throw away. He talked about rampant consumerism, about the lack of political will to change, about our lack of corporate and communal responsibility, and all of those things spoke to me. But I was also touched by his hopefulness and pointing to what it is that we can do. He says, there is a nobility in the duty to care for creation through little daily actions. And it is wonderful how education can bring about real changes in lifestyle. Education and environmental responsibility can encourage ways of acting which directly and significantly affect the world around us, such as avoiding the use of plastic and paper, reducing water consumption, separating refuse, cooking only what can be reasonably consumed, showing care for other living beings, using public transport. All of these reflect a generous and worthy creativity which brings out the best in being human. Little things, but we can change, and those little changes add up, especially if all of us do them. So I am so grateful for the opportunity to reflect on my own behavior and on our corporate behavior. Frankly, I don't particularly like politics, but it is absolutely essential that we be both citizens of heaven as well as citizens of the earth. And in our time and in our country, it is critical for people of faith and people of conscience and goodwill to have a voice in the public sphere, because that's how we really are going to make changes. 4 months ago, my first grandchild was born. And Pope Francis asks us, what kind of legacy do we want to leave the next generation? I want this world to be a place where little Elliot can grow up with clean air and beautiful stars and peace in his day. Thanks.